All right. Good evening, everyone. I get a lot of questions on this topic, and I just wanted to do a short video to help you all think through how to assess the best high yield savings account. A lot of you might have some extra cash lying around. You don't want to leave it in the bank, which earns you nothing, right? They're using your cash for their short term objectives, and you get exactly 0.0001% back, which is nothing. So you want to put it in something that's not the markets, but doing a little something better than nothing. So that's where the high yield savings accounts will come in. So me personally, I don't keep more than 300 to 500 in a checking account or a savings account, right? Any excess I have, I move it to a high yield savings account, or I invest it depending on my goals for that money. Right now things are tight, so currently nothing in the bank accounts. But if you do have excess, this is how you want to think about it. So when looking at high yield savings accounts, there's really only four factors I look at. Keep it simple. If you have a lot of money to work with, then you want to go a little bit more in debt. There's institutions out there that can cater more to that need. But for regular folks like you and I, keep it simple. It's not much that you really need to think about in terms of what high yield savings account to go for. So there's a lot out there, but really what you want to look for is the high yield savings account FDIC insured. So this is the basic regulatory insurance protection that all banks in the United States have to have. So I have yet in my 10 plus years in this industry to run across a bank that doesn't have that. I believe it's pretty much a standard requirement across the board. But hey, I'm sure there's some scenarios out there I haven't come across. So one, you want to make sure that it is FDIC insured, right? The second thing you want to look for is the fees, which means there should be no fees to have or maintain that account. $0, right? So you want to go ahead and just look through the website. Typically on the very, very bottom, you can click on fees and it'll show you what the fees are, etc., etc. Again, you are looking for the number 0. And the third thing is that there is no minimum that you need to have to benefit from the high yield savings rate in the account. So some of them are tricky. You have to kind of read the fine print, right? And I can do another video on that, showing you how to kind of scour the different websites where my eye goes into to see, okay, is there a minimum threshold for this account? Some of them you have to have 500 or 1500 or whatever the case is. But you want to look for one that doesn't have any minimum. So even if it's $10 in there, that $10 is yielding you whatever percentage range that bank is offering. And then the last thing you want to look for, of course, is the yield itself, the interest that you will be paid for keeping your money in that bank, in that savings account, an online account, whatever the case may be. So of course, the higher the interest rate, the better. I believe nowadays you can find some, depending on how much you have to put in these high yield savings accounts, you can find some that are, going for 4 or 5%. Now, just keep in mind the high yield savings account are strictly that. They are for short term needs, right? So as far as building wealth, we can talk about all of that later as far as the different mechanisms you want to have in place. But as far as just having cash, right? Cash that you want to just keep in the bank account but not keeping your checking account because it's not earning anything every month, you want to use the high yield savings account for that purpose. It does not replace investing. I repeat, it does not replace investing. If you look at historical charts, reports for cash returns versus other returns, whether it's bonds, stocks, real estate, whatever, you will see that in very, 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 very rare cases, the cash is always going to not perform, but it's always going to yield way less than it actually invests in your money. But again, this video is to talk about just what to do, how to identify the best high yield savings account. So one, I'm going to recap. We're looking for an account that FDIC insured, right? We're looking for one that has no fees. It doesn't charge you anything to maintain or to open that account. There is no minimum threshold to benefit from the yield, from the interest in that account. And of course, the fourth one being the high yield savings account that is offering you the highest in terms of interest rate. I hope this is helpful. Hit me up for any questions or any clarification. I know this is super short, but I run across this question all the time because there's so many things out there to confuse us, and this is the Just So Amala's way to simplify it. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's keep having a good laugh, everybody. Talk soon.